my knights? Matthew the King 401 here with Lopsided Gaming. What's up, man?
What's up, guys? Lopsided Gaming here, back again, once again, for part 2
of our podcast of anything and everything. And I decided to come up with that name because this podcast is literally going to be anything and everything. So we'll be talking about
what you guys want, you guys get.
Absolutely. And it seems like you guys tortured us with tonight's podcast, and you guys were telling us to do top 3 of our favorite movies of 2019/20 and our top 3 worst. We couldn't pick like that, so we did our top 5 movies of 2019.
We still couldn't really pick like that.
Yeah, it was really hard. So we did our top 5 of 2019 and the top 5 worst of 2019. We're going to skip 2020 and make that a different podcast.
Of course, we're going to have honorable mentions. We'll do 2020 a little later in the year whenever we can kind of hopefully get some more stuff that actually comes out.
Yeah, because, you know, right now with everything going on, it's hard to...
Corona.
The Corona. All right. Well, I went first last night, so Lopsided, I'm going to let you go first tonight and name off your first good movie. So how we're going to do this, guys, he's going to name one, I'm going to name one, and we're going to go back and forth.
So you want me to start from my first good movie?
Yep. And then it don't have to be in order, just whatever.
Well, mine's going to be in order. So I think a lot of people probably going to agree with my number one. And I think you will too. Is Avengers Endgame.
I thought we weren't doing that one.
I told you I was. It's too good of a movie not to do.
It is.
It was way too good. But I'll make up for it in the other ones. I tried not to make my list nothing but superhero movies, which I very easily could have. Easily.
Very, very easily. And you see, real quick, guys that are watching this, this video is more than likely going to contain spoilers. So if you guys don't want any spoilers, go ahead, click off now. But I mean, if you haven't seen Avengers Endgame by now, you deserve to have it spoiled. But so yeah, man. I mean, I definitely agree with you. Like, Avengers Endgame was a top of the notch. I mean, like, amazing movie.
From the animation that they've had to do to the actors, they all awesome. They do their job well.
And it's so weird because even though it's a 3-hour long movie, I remember when we went to the movie premiere, I did not feel like I had to pee one time during that movie.
Oh, I practiced. I had about a month long of training.
Even if I did, I wasn't good enough because you can't miss anything in that movie.
If you get up, you've missed something.
Yeah, something important.
So action-packed and was just boom, 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 all the way to the end. It wasn't like hit a hard point and then slow walking. They did not do that at all.
See,
it was boom, boom, boom. Everything was going nonstop.
I know, like, the opening of the movie, man, like, it got me, like, how Hawkeye lost his family and all that. I was like, gosh, damn, like, this is how they're going to start it. And then,
I loved how they did that, though, and how they was able to introduce him as Ronin.
Yeah, dude, like, Ronin's a badass.
But the Soul Stone, that had me messed up, man.
Yeah, man, I did not expect Black Widow to die. Like,
I did not either.
But, I mean, this is going to sound bad, but this is not supposed to be taken bad in any way. But I'd rather see her get the bullet than Hawkeye, because I really like people with bow and arrows. I don't know what it is. I just think it makes it feel so, like, badass. Like,
I know, I do too. It just makes me think of Green Arrow, and I love Green Arrow.
Like, it was so good. But I mean, dude, like, my gosh, like, Tony Stark dying, and then him and Spider-Man having that moment. Like,
oh my god, dude, I cried. I watched it again yesterday.
Yeah.
And I still got cold chills whenever everybody come back, dude. I was getting cold chills.
I know, man. Like,
and then whenever I sat there watch Iron Man die again, I cried. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's awful, man. Like, but I kind of expected something like that to happen because, you know,
I did too. I did too.
Now, were you a fan of the whole time travel thing?
Was skeptical at first, but the way that they went around about it made it.
Because I mean, technically, if you think about it, that was literally the only way that they could have done anything.
Yeah, and the way they went about it, I liked it. It wasn't just like, oh, here's a time machine.
Yeah,
you know, they actually had to work, and you see them actually working and breaking everything down to get to that point.
let's see, man, like the final fight scene when Captain America gets Thor's hammer and everybody starts coming in out of the Doctor Strange's rings and the big battle.
Freaking awesome, dude.
It was amazing. Oh man, anything else you want to talk about that?
I could talk about that movie forever.
I could too.
I'll just let you go on to your movie.
All right, so my movie, one of the movies that I think deserves a good spot. This movie received so many mixed reviews, from where people hated it, where people loved it. I was one of those people that really enjoyed this movie, and like super duper enjoyed it. And that movie is Joker. I loved Joker. Loved it. I think it was.
We did this honorable mention thing because now I can actually put a movie in place of that one. Because
there you go.
Because that right there was on my list too.
Was it?
It was.
See, I love Joker. Like the acting was great.
It was.
He was different.
Amazing. Yeah, it was. Like you said, it was different than what the Joker we're normally used to, and I don't know. And the ending of that was unexpected.
And see, like one of the things that people gripe about a lot about that movie is that how much older he was. But if you think about it, Joker is a lot older than Batman.
Right.
But people were saying that he's way, way too old. Like by the time Batman was old enough to fight, he was going to be like, that Joker was going to be like in his 80s. But that's not the case. But I mean,
I don't know. I just thought that it was the different that we needed.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, he was great, man. Like,
oh yes.
Still to this day, though, I'm gonna say it, but Heath Ledger is my favorite Joker. Still to this day.
Oh, absolutely.
But I feel like Heath Ledger would have gave him a big round of applause for the job that he done. Because I mean, he did a phenomenal job, man. Like, from everything from the voice acting, he got it down pat. The psychopath, like this dude, you would think he was psycho in real life by the way that he acted. Like he is.
He definitely did his job well.
Yeah, like
we have a special guest here with us. She's trying to be quiet and stay off camera.
That's right. I am.
That's my lady friend.
That's all I get is lady friend?
Oh man.
Hey, I'm sorry. She's my girlfriend.
But I mean, like the Joker's something I could go on for a while about too. But we got a big list to go through. So what's your next movie, bud?
My next one is John Wick Chapter 3.
Okay.
That was a good movie.
Now she's not going to be quiet. This is gone.
No, it's still here.
John Wick was awesome, and I'm going to admit it, guys. I haven't watched a single John Wick movie until all this Corona.
Same. And I'm gonna say this, but I still think 2 is my favorite. I love 2.
Yeah.
But I mean, 3 was good though.
2 was my favorite. 3 was good, but number 2 was just so amazing.
It was, man.
I know we're not talking about 2, so I'm not even going to go there.
Right.
But John Wick Chapter 3 was really good. It had parts that it was slow, but overall, it was a really good movie.
It was indeed. And I mean, dude, the way that they did it to where how long it took them from like after John Wick 2 was over, how many years it took them to make 3rd, and how they picked it up exactly where 2 ended.
Exactly. That right there blew me away.
Yeah.
How many years that took the time between the 2 movies.
Like I was
exactly where it left off.
Yeah. I mean, it was crazy, but it was good. It was action packed. Had some funny moments in it. So yeah, I definitely. Yeah, it was good. So, all right, let me move to my next. So my next one, people may or may not agree with me. I really, really enjoyed this movie, and I'm gonna say it's a little bit of a kiddie movie, but I liked it. It is the new Jumanji.
Jumanji, okay.
I liked it a lot. I'm a huge Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart fan, so that may be one of the big reasons.
Cracks me up.
But like that's one of the reasons why I love the movie, man. Like it had me laughing. It had some good action in it. It had a good storytelling. The whole fact that the kid's grandparents got transferred into the game and inside like Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart's body. Like that was great. Like I loved it. But it was actually. Are you drinking a Jumanji cup?
No, they didn't have them. Remember?
Oh, that's right. Terminator.
I'll be back. Drinking some chocolate milk.
But it was. I really like Jumanji. How'd you feel about the Jumanji movie?
I liked it a lot. We got Virgin Ears over here beside us. She hadn't seen it yet.
But so I won't talk too much about it then.
It was a really good movie, and I really enjoyed it.
Yes.
Like you said, it made me laugh from start to finish.
Mm-hmm. So we won't go too much into that detail, guys. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and move on since she hasn't seen it yet. So what is your third?
Number 3 for me. Sorry about that, guys. It's another superhero movie. It is Spider-Man Far From Home.
Okay, so I can mark that off my list.
It was a really good movie.
It was, man. It
was action-packed, and I think it really brought out the Spider-Man and Tom Holland.
It did, man. It did. Like the whole, yes. I agree, and I really like it.
Unpredictable a lot, really.
Mm-hmm. And I really like how you know that Tony Stark passing away affects him in this movie.
Right.
And I like how they bring that connection in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that is one of my favorite things about the movie.
And how they carried it over.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, it definitely did bring him out as Spider-Man and Peter Parker because, you know, he wanted to go on a field trip with his friends.
He didn't want to be Spider-Man.
Nope. Like, he just wanted to live a normal kid
Even
life.
Even ghosted Nick Fury.
You don't ghost Nick Fury. But that whole movie is... I love that movie. Jake Gyllenhaal did a phenomenal job as Mysterio, dude. Like, yes, he pulled it off. Yes, and I was a little skeptical at first because I didn't know if this was going to go in the way of, like, the cartoons, video games of Spider-Man when they had Mysterio.
Yeah, but whenever I was seeing the previews, I was like, this isn't Mysterio.
Yeah, I know, because he was acting like...
I was disappointed, honestly. But they turned it around.
They did.
In the movie, they really, really did.
Even though it technically showed him get shot at the end, I don't think he's dead. I think he'll be back for the Sinister Six. I
think that's where they're going to take this next Spider-Man that Sony does.
So which comes out next year, thankfully. The coronavirus. Hopefully the coronavirus ain't going on next year. But yeah, man, like that whole entire movie was good, man. Like,
yes, it was.
I am saying this. Don't get me wrong. I love Tobey Maguire, but I think Tom Holland's getting right up there, man. Is like one of my favorite Spider-Mans. Like
he definitely is better than
Andrew Garfield.
Yes.
Yeah. See, but to me, also, Tobey Maguire and Tom Holland Spider-Man are two different.
Oh, two totally different. Yes.
So it's really hard to compare the two. But I like the whole aspect of him being younger, being in high school.
Right, and I like that too, but I've just always known Spider-Man as Spider-Man. So
yeah.
I guess it's the nostalgia.
There is some things that throws me off in this universe of the Spider-Man, such as, like, Aunt May's real young. She's not the old lady that we all expected.
Like 40.
Yeah. They don't really talk about Uncle Ben, so I wonder if his storyline is still the same to where he gets shot.
I know. It's kind of hard to have Spider-Man without Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
Know?
And then, where's Harry Osborn at? Because that's his best friend, and now it's this Ned guy in this universe. So I think in the next Spider-Man movie... I think we're going to see him going to college maybe, and maybe that's where he meets Harry.
That could be where he meets Harry, and then they introduce Green Goblin.
Mm-hmm. Because Norman Osborn or Harry may turn out to be, you know, him and his dad may team up to do something.
Already,
yeah. So, I mean, there ain't no telling what's going to happen, but I'm excited to see it. I know a lot of people dog that movie because of people like Flash, to where he's not your white American high school bully. I think the Flash is good. That's in it. And the biggest thing people complain about is Zendaya, man. Saying that you can't have... which is stupid.
Stupid. Yeah, they're not open-minded.
No. Like, I think she does a phenomenal job. She's a great actress.
Oh, yes. Yes.
her and Peter's connection, or Tom Holland's connection in the movie, makes you believe like they actually have a romance thing. Like, it is so good, man. Like that. Yes. So I agree with you for sure that movie's up there.
What's yours?
My third one is going to be Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw. I had that on my list, but it wasn't in my top 5.
Was it not? See, I love Hobbs and Shaw.
I thought it was really good.
I love Dwayne Johnson, but him teaming up with God, why am I drawing a blank on Jason Statham? They work well together, man.
Jake from State Farm. Yeah.
Jake. They work so well together, man. Like, that movie was good. It wasn't your typical. I know it says Hobbs and Shaw, Fast and the Furious is what technically the title is, but it's not a Fast and the Furious movie to me. I mean, it's its own thing. Just because they were from the Fast and the Furious universe, I
think they should have just taken the Fast and Furious out of the title.
Yeah, I mean, I did too. But I was impressed with the movie. I thought it was really good. The main reason why I put that on one of my tops, because if I watch it more than once, it's good.
Oh, yeah.
Because it takes a lot for me to watch a movie more than one time. And that movie definitely did it. Like, I absolutely loved that movie.
Yeah, me too.
But I'm excited to see a second one. I'm sure they'll make one because of the way how that one ended and everything. But Hobbs and Shaw was definitely up there for one of mine. So let's go with your fourth one.
I have one that I don't think very many people have honestly probably seen. Peanut Butter Falcon.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that movie coming out in 2019. For some reason, I was thinking it came out this year.
Peanut Butter Falcon.
That movie was so good.
The story behind it is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to spoil a lot of it because I feel like a lot of people really haven't seen it. Because there wasn't a lot of talk about it.
Right.
But it was definitely a movie worth seeing.
And one thing that I really like about that movie, there's not a whole lot of movies out there that has a lead character as a Down syndrome person. And I really like how they did that because that kid was great. That kid did a great job. And I remember there's some interviews out there with Shia LaBeouf because everybody knows how Shia LaBeouf kind of went off the deep end and that. But he changed his ways because he said working with this kid, opened his eyes and so I mean it was really, really good. But you told me about that movie, so I had to get it, and then I fell in love with it.
It's awesome.
It is.
It's a really touching story. If you guys have the time and have a way to watch it, you really need to. I don't want to talk a lot about it and spoil it because it is that good of a movie.
It is really
and
good.
I don't think very many people have seen it.
All right, so we'll move to my fourth. This movie was one that I was iffy putting on my list because I really liked it, but I've watched this movie literally more than 3 times. And it's just something about the movie that really draws me in, brings me in, and I really like it. But that is Fighting with Family.
I have that on my list too. But it wasn't in my top 5, but it was on my list.
Yeah. I loved that movie, man. Like, the whole story behind how Paige became, where she grew up, how she became a WWE superstar, and everything. It was a great movie. It was one of those movies that...
We got some more virgin ears over here.
It's okay.
I won't say a whole lot. Obviously, saying that she becomes a WWE superstar ain't a spoiler because everybody knows who Paige is. But it was a good movie. Like, it was a movie that I've watched more than 3 times, actually. It was a good story. The actress that played Paige pulled it off so well, man. Like, she looked like Paige. She sounded like Paige, acted like her. Like, I was very, very impressed. The whole family did. Really, man.
The whole family was,
so the casting for that was on point. But I won't go into too much detail since we got some virgin ears over here. But did you like the movie, though?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Now, let me put it this way. If you weren't the big WWE fan like you are, would you still enjoy it?
I'm a little bit of a fan. I would like it, yes, but I feel like it would take somebody else watching it and telling me how good it is to watch it.
Gotcha.
If you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because and that's how I feel with a lot of these,
Mm-hmm.
like, unless it's something that I'm into.
Right.
Because I mean, that right there to me is kind of like a drama movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm not against drama movies, but they're just not my
Right. I got you.
my big thing. So that's why I don't think if I was a WWE fan, I would actually really watch it like I did.
Right. Right. All right. Let's hear your final good movie before we get to the worst ones.
All right. My final top pick. Now we got some honorable mentions that I'm gonna go over at least at the end.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll go. Yeah. At the very end. Yeah. We'll go over her.
My final one. God, this is so hard. Like every movie I have listed is I love. Absolutely. I mean, I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 movies listed that we haven't even talked about yet.
Nice.
I'm gonna say would have to be Midway.
Midway, yes, man.
Midway, yeah. I mean, it was based on a true story, and so that right there already had me hooked from the beginning before I even watched it. And just the acting in it, and seeing kind of, I know it wasn't really behind the scenes,
but kind of seeing a more in depth, like what Pearl Harbor was and stuff like that. Yeah,
exactly, and how we actually reacted to retaliate and stuff. So,
yeah, that movie was really good, man. Like, I remember being at the movie theater watching it with you actually, and my dad, and it had you hooked, man. Like, it had you drawn in the whole movie. Yes. Like, it wasn't, like, it didn't have one of those moments to where it felt down. Like, every time, like, there was something happening in every scene that was dramatic.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was really good. And it was really cool, too, especially, like, in the movies and stuff, seeing all the war vets that was in there watching it. Because, I mean, those are people that lived it, man.
And their reactions. We talked to one of them, and he said that from what he remembers, that right there was pretty accurate. Yeah, so I like that a lot. That's
awesome. And, like, yeah, that movie definitely deserves to be in the top. Like,
oh yeah,
very good. So, my other last one for the good movie. I like this movie a lot. I ain't gonna lie, it made me cry. It is a drama movie. People's gonna call it a chick flick, but I don't care because I really liked it. But it was a movie called 5 Feet Apart, and that movie was super, super good, man. Had a Cole Sprouse in it that played Cody in The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Just something about that movie, man. Like, it draws you in. It gets you hooked. It's a good storytelling movie. It's sad. I don't know if Dana Ray has seen it, so I don't want to throw out.
I haven't yet, but it might be one that we might watch sometime.
Yeah. But it's a good movie. Like,
thanks, Matthew.
He said it's good.
So I think you would like it. I do.
No, I'm just playing. Whenever I seen the previews for it, I really did think it looked like a really good movie.
I've seen it a few times, man. Like, it's a good story. It's sad. It's got funny moments in it. Yeah. But I mean, it's something that, the movie wasn't based on a true story, but it's based on true events because people go through this stuff every day because people that have that disease to where they can't touch another person. And
now everybody's 6 feet apart.
No.
Just irony to you.
That is so true. So true. Oh, man. All right. Well, let's turn the tables here. And you want me to go first for the worst movies since you went first for the best?
Yeah, you go first.
All right. So I'm going to put this movie up there. I watched it. Did not have high hopes for this movie. It let me down. I thought it was boring and garbage.
What does it start with?
A C.
That's top one on my list.
Yeah. It was the new Child's Play. I thought it was garbage. Did not like it. I'm a big, of course, I'm a huge horror fan, and this movie was just... You are my buddy. That's like the only thing about the movie, man. Like,
I agree, man. It wasn't a Chucky.
But, like, because the original storyline, man, like, Charles Lee Ray curses this doll and gets put inside of him, then he becomes a serial killer as a doll. Now this one's just a modern day technology doll that malfunctions, and
I think makes sense. You know, I think my problem with the movie was the way Chucky was designed. he looked, in my opinion, stupid. I'd say the word stupid a lot, but it was really stupid in my opinion.
Now, don't get me wrong.
If they had a better design, something that like modern day kids, because I mean that's what they tried to do. They tried to make it modern. So if they made it like a modern day toy, like kids would actually buy, then I think it would have had a lot better rating. But
to me, I love them to death. I really do, but having Mark Hamill voice Chucky just kind of threw me off a little bit. Like it was
most definitely
different. Because I mean, that's Luke Skywalker. He does the Joker's voice in the Batman games and the Batman cartoon series.
Right.
Like it threw me off. But yeah, that's mine. What's one of yours?
Well, that wasn't the C one that I was talking about.
Oh.
I was talking about Cats.
What was it?
Cats.
Oh, I definitely was not even coming close to watching that.
It was awful.
There ain't really much to say about that movie, man. Like,
it was garbage. I'm not one for musicals anyway, but it was
the music in it was not that bad.
The movie was garbage. Yeah, I remember having to watch the Cats Broadway play in high school, and this movie just automatically. No. So my next one is another horror movie, and I was not a big fan of it. It may be because I read the books as a kid.
Does it start with an S?
It does. And I was a huge fan of the books.
I was going to put that one on here, but I thought you would.
So. But the other one is Scariest Stories to Tell in the Dark. That
was another one that was just stupid.
Yeah. Now there was a couple of moments in it to where it kind of gets you a little bit. There was a couple.
There was some that was good, but the movie in general.
Yeah. The scariest part of the whole movie was Harold. The scarecrow's creepy. I don't care.
Yeah,
anything about it.
I think that's just because where we live. We live in the South with scarecrows everywhere.
But like the one.
No, that zombie thing with the toenail, that was kind of.
Yeah, that was weird, but.
Like that big blob, that was stupid. It just walked towards you and just sucked you in. That was stupid. There was nothing about that was interesting.
And then Mr. Jingles, the Jingle Man, or whatever his name was.
Yeah, that was dumb.
I did not like it at all. Like,
I didn't either.
But like I said, I was a huge fan of the books. That's like the only books I've read. But it was just something about it. But yeah, that made it on my list. What about you?
Here comes the part where I'm a bully. And I'm going to tell you who I'm bullying right now. I'm bullying Disney.
Oh, what is it?
Oh, everything left on my list is Disney.
Oh.
The first one is Aladdin.
Did you even watch it? It was not as bad as you thought it was going to be.
I watched it with you.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Aladdin was, no.
To me, Disney needs to leave their movies alone.
They're making everything live action, dude.
The live action is complete garbage. And I'm just going to tell you now, the rest of my list, that's the reason they're on here. Except for one of them.
But yeah, like, I agree. But
it's the live action is stupid. They need to just leave them alone.
Don't get me wrong.
What was wrong with them?
One thing that people gripe about that movie, which I will give the benefit of the doubt, I don't think Will Smith did that bad of a job.
No, the genie was good. I couldn't get into it because it was live action.
Yeah.
I liked Jasmine's new song. It's like one of my favorite songs, honestly.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize this podcast had you in it.
Well, she done. What was you saying?
Just kidding.
I had to give my opinion.
What was you saying?
When?
Not about Jasmine, but about before that. Before Matthew started talking.
I don't remember.
You said something I was going to comment on it.
I don't remember.
She said something about Jasmine's new song was.
No, before that.
It really wasn't that bad. like the
Oh,
the
she's
effects needed some help.
she said what she said was that a lot of people haven't seen the Disney movies, and that's fine. If people haven't seen the Disney movies, release them on
Yeah.
Blu-ray or DVD.
To me, I feel like that's a little bit part of.
Re-release them in the theaters, but
Yeah.
what they're doing to these movies is ruining my childhood.
I feel like that's why they're doing it, man. Like for the modern generations and.
It's ruining
all that
my
stuff.
childhood.
Yeah.
That's my message to Disney. You're ruining my childhood, Disney.
So my third movie, I have this on here, but I don't know if I really want to keep it on there. Because I I really liked the movie, but I didn't like it. And yeah, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it, and you're gonna disagree with me.
What does it start with?
It's John Wick 3.
John Wick
What?
3.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, man.
I
Like
remember you saying that you kept getting bored of it.
I know, like
It
I
took
had
you
to.
like 3 days to watch
It did take me 3 days to watch it, dude. Like the first two drew me in some. I guess I was jumping into the third one expecting that, like because
Yeah.
John Wick 1 was good. John Wick 2 stepped it up and blew John Wick 1 out of the water, I think.
Absolutely.
And then the third just kind of went downhill to me, and I was expecting it to.
Oh, like I said, I agree with you. There was parts that it was slow, but I still think overall it was a really good movie. And
Yeah.
that's why I put it
I mean,
on
I
my
still think it
top.
was a good movie too, but it did not meet my.
It wasn't as good as I was expecting.
Yeah.
I will say that.
All right, what's your third one?
Lion King. I'm telling you, man, I'm bullying Disney.
I did not like that they changed so many lines in Lion
And
King from the original.
again, it just the live action. I don't
The
like it.
one thing that I really give Disney credits for, man, is that whole movie was animated.
Now, I do give them props on that. I mean,
It looked real.
yeah, it looked good. To me, you don't have real animals talk. You know?
Well, see, that's one thing that really bugged me because, like, the cartoon, man, like, I love the cartoon of Lion King.
Yeah.
And they actually talked. In this movie, you can tell to where they had to, like, kind of move the camera around when they were talking because they
Right.
can't get them to
Right.
talk in a live action movie like they can in a cartoon movie.
Right. And they just need to leave them alone.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Like,
That's my problem.
I agree. I agree with that. My fourth one on my list, I hated this movie. I was going into it expecting so much stuff, but I absolutely hated it.
What does it start with?
A B.
A B?
Yeah. And it was Brightburn.
Oh, Brightburn. See, I didn't watch that one.
I hated Brightburn. Brightburn is if Superman came to Earth
Yeah.
bad instead of good.
I remember you talking to your cousin.
Yeah.
about that.
And it was
Your nephew.
yeah, it was awful. It was awful. I hated the movie. I thought it was super slow. I didn't think it made sense, really. Like, I was literally expecting Superman, but evil Superman for the whole movie, and that is not anywhere close to where it was for me. But that movie did not do justice to me. But, yeah. You?
I got another live action movie.
Oh, God. Is it a Disney?
It is.
What does it start with?
Starts with an L.
An L. It's a live action. It starts with an L.
I loved it, by the
Yeah.
way.
I don't know. What is it?
Lady and the Tramp.
I haven't watched it. That's a Disney Plus exclusive.
Again, they just need to leave my movies alone.
I loved it.
Oh,
At
man.
least you didn't say nothing about Dumbo.
Dumbo's got big ears.
Dumbo was, you can't even, nah, like that
I
movie,
didn't watch Dumbo.
that movie's worse than worse. Like the live action of that was just silly. Dude, do you know what they're talking about making a live action of? And if they do, I swear Disney's done.
What?
Toy Story.
That is stupid.
Like,
Yeah.
making a live action Toy Story would be so
Yes.
dumb, man.
They're stupid anyway for making a live action Mulan.
Yeah,
It's
no,
not
I don't
even
even,
gonna have
I don't
no
even
shoes in
consider
it.
that Milan,
Right.
man.
It's
Because I
not
mean, they
gonna
don't
have
have none of the, like, yeah.
She said it's not going to have Mushu in it. That's stupid. See, that's why they need to leave him alone.
So my final movie. I know I'm gonna get hate for this. People are gonna hate me for it. And
What does it
people,
start with?
C. And people is gonna hate me for it. I already know it. People's gonna call me names and blah 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 blah. I don't care. But Captain Marvel.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You're lying.
I know it's on my list, man. It is on my list.
You need help.
I did not. It's not the fact that the lead character is a girl or anything like that.
You're sexist.
Yeah.
No. I'm a huge fan of the Captain Marvel comics, and the Captain Marvel comics was not a female. That sounds bad. That sounds real bad. But
So it's because she's a female, is what I just heard.
I get what you're saying, though. I mean,
But like I expected it to be pulled from the comics, and I felt like the only reason why don't get me wrong, they casted a good actress. She's good. I can't. In real life, she kind of gets my nerves because she's too political. I hate people that get into politics when they're famous and try to do that stuff. But she pulled the role off good. She did. But I was just expecting my comic book Captain Marvel.
right.
Like, that's what I was expecting. I felt like this is going to sound bad, and I'm not trying to make it sound bad, but I felt like the only reason why they casted Brie Larson is because it's modern day and they want a female to have a powerful role like that. Which, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I just wanted my comic book version of
I got you.
Captain Marvel, but yeah. So what's yours?
My last worst movie of 2019, and I'm probably going to get so much hate.
What does it start with?
Starts with a T.
Is it a Disney movie?
It is.
Swear to God, if you say Toy Story, I'm going to punch you.
I am. Toy Story 4.
I love Toy Story 4.
It wasn't as good as the other Toy Story.
It wasn't as good, but
it was nothing compared to the other ones, and that's why I didn't like it.
And I didn't. Yeah, I mean, I didn't like the ending of it to where
And Sporky or Forky or whatever his name is. Stupid. Disney has gotten stupid.
So, did you watch the end credits?
I did not.
So, Forky gets a new friend, and I swear to God, dude, it's a knife. It's a plastic knife.
See? Stupid.
It was so funny, but no, I mean, I didn't like the whole fact how Woody chose a girl over his friends. That sounds bad, but yeah.
What he's saying is he never wants you to choose me over him. That's what I'm
I get what you're saying, honestly. I really do. I just...
I feel you, though. I feel you.
I didn't think it was good enough.
Yeah, Toy Story 1 was still my favorite. I mean, it's hard to beat the classic.
Oh, yeah.
So let's do some honorable mentions.
Now, see, I don't have any honorable mentions for the worst movies.
I do for 2.
All right. Well,
So I will do those. One of the ones that was on my list for the worst movies was Pet Sematary.
Okay.
It was good and stuff, but I felt like the original was a lot better and they should have left it there.
Yeah.
And I don't like the fact how they
movies
changed.
alone.
Well, they changed so much stuff in this new one, and that's one thing that kind of drew me away. And the other movie, it was good at points, but to me, I almost caught myself falling asleep. Was 1917, and
Y'all might not be friends anymore.
it was a good movie, but I expected a full blown action packed war movie. And I didn't feel like that was a very, he's getting from one bunker to the other bunker. And, that's literally shows him going into one bunker to the other bunker with. When it had the action scenes, they did a good job on it. But to me, it didn't meet my expectations for a war movie.
Yeah.
So, what are your honorable mentions for your favorite movie since you ain't got nothing for bad?
1917. I thought they did a really good job with it. Honestly, them sneaking around and having to sneak through enemy territory, and I just thought it was really good. And then Captain Marvel, I think she nailed the role. But I'm not big into the comics, so there's my defense on that.
I got you.
Shazam.
Yes, Shazam was on my list.
Shazam. I love Shazam.
Yes.
I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I thought that it was really good.
Yeah.
It was funny.
And it was definitely a good movie. And it's one of the few movies that DC's made that I can say that I genuinely love.
I agree.
Also on my list, I have Angel Has Fallen. all sentimental because that was the first movie we went and watched. But that's not why it's on the list. It was really good and really action packed.
I know it's on Netflix. I've got to watch it.
It had a great story. Great story. And then another one that's on my list, I believe, would probably be on yours. Zombieland.
Yeah, Zombieland 2. Yeah.
That movie's just hilarious.
Yep.
I was skeptical at first.
Yep.
I was worried
they pulled it off.
That they was going to run Zombieland, but they didn't. They pulled it off.
Yep.
Pulled it off well.
They definitely did. Some of my honorable mentions. Toy Story 4. I really like Toy Story 4. I thought it was good. The other one was Spider-Man, of course. That was really hard to pick between those two. Another one I was really impressed with and I really liked was Detective Pikachu.
There was so many good movies in 2019. Yeah. I don't think you guys realize how hard it was to come up with the list. I agree. Detective Pikachu was hilarious.
And this one, I know you're probably not going to agree with me on, because I mean, it did have its ups and down moments, but I really liked it. But it might be because I like horror movies. But it was It Chapter 2. I
liked it. It was good. I didn't put it on my list though.
Yeah, like I really liked it. Like
I want what Matthew. You need to link the link that I sent you.
Yeah.
In the description below. And I want you guys to go and I want you to click on that link. And I want you to look at how many movies come out in 2019. And just look at them. You don't even have to click to page 2.
Yeah. There's probably.
Just go to page 1 and you're going to see easily more than 5 movies that you would qualify as your favorite movies of 2019. Yeah. I almost guarantee it.
I guarantee it too, but yeah, I agree. There were so many movies. I bet there were still movies on that list that came out in 2019 that.
Well, you said you really liked 3 from Hell. 3 from Hell was on that list. Yeah. It was down in the 400s.
3 from Hell was good.
The movie you said was really good that you told me to watch. I haven't watched it yet. Haunt.
Oh yeah, I liked Haunt. There was actually, I forgot, there's another movie on my list that I put in the middle. It wasn't awful, but it wasn't good either. That was Uncut Gems.
I never seen it.
We went to the movies and saw it. It was that Adam Sandler movie.
Oh, yeah. That right there was a really good movie. I forget. I don't remember the name. See, I forget, dude. Like, half of these movies that are on my list, I didn't even realize come out in 2019.
Yeah, like, I didn't realize 2019 was a big year for movies. I was so blown
away by some of these movies, like Fight with My Family. I didn't even realize it come out in 2019.
I know, I thought it was older than that.
So I had to double check and make sure Venom didn't come out in 2019. Venom, I know you guys, a lot of people don't like the Venom movie.
Venom's so good, man. It's so good.
I love it. I've seen it like 6 times. So.
Yeah. Like, that movie would have made your list if it came out in 2019.
Yeah. You know what movie I'm surprised you didn't put on there? I haven't seen it. Frozen 2.
I only watch that movie because of my daughter.
Well, I know, but that don't mean you don't like it.
You know what movie I'm surprised you didn't put on there that you just recently watched? I haven't got a chance to watch it yet, though.
Which one?
Black and Blue.
That wasn't on the list.
It wasn't.
Oh, was it not?
Nope, I think that come out this year.
Did it?
I could be wrong.
I think it came out in November of last year.
Well, if so, it deserves to be on the list. Yeah. But I didn't see it. I was scrolling through. I went through like 600 and something movies before I come up with my list. So.
But yeah, so I mean, guys, as the year, I mean, it's just now April, but as the years or as the months go on and things like that, and movies start coming out. We'll do another one of these for 2020, but we've got to get some more movies out first before we can. We could honestly right now, we could do a best probably of what's been released so far. Yeah. I don't really think there's been enough movies that have come out that are considered worse. Yeah, that's the thing. Because every movie I've seen so far that's came out this year was good. I was going to say, every movie that I've seen so far has been good. I mean, Bloodshot. Mm-hmm. I haven't got to watch it yet. I still need to. Black and Blue. The Way Back was phenomenal. The Way Back, yes. That was amazing. And I'm going to say this. I'm gonna say it. Sonic was good.
Sonic was really good.
like,
I liked it.
like that's the thing. Like, I haven't seen no bad movies this year.
No, I haven't either.
So,
And that's where I was getting afraid in this one. I really didn't see any that were awful, except for live action. But I told you before we started this call that I was going to bully somebody during this right here. So,
well, all right, YouTubers. So thanks so much for watching, guys. We're at almost an hour mark. So you guys rock. Comment below if you agree with us, if you don't agree with us. And then, like I said, I'm going to, like Lopsided said, I'm going to post a link of the movies in the description, and you guys can go through there. And
post your guys' top 5 and worst 5 down in the comments below.
If you think you can do it. Because trust me, it is hard.
It really is.
But thanks so much, guys, for watching episode 2 of Anything and Everything. Lopsided, Miss Lopsided. Thanks so much for joining the podcast. Anything you guys want to say?
Be sure to let us know down below what you want next.
Guys,
we got a couple of ideas already.
I'm not gonna say nothing because this is gonna be all up to Lopsided. But he's got a video coming soon this week, and I've already seen sneak peeks of links that he sent me, and it's great. It's awesome. It's epic. It's cool. So, guys, stay tuned to his channel this week as he's going to be making a big announcement on his channel. It's going to be awesome. But, hey, man, thanks so much for joining in. We're going to have to keep doing this. This is fun.
Oh, man. It is. It's a blast. I was nervous about it at first. The more we do it, I think the more I'm going to like it. I love it so far.
Yeah, man. All right. Well, thanks, guys, so much for watching. As always, much love.
All right, man. Peace.